Alright, so the topic for today's class is going to be the natural minor scale. And I'll first go over some of the details of the natural minor scale with you, and then what we'll do is see how it operates in a pop song, specifically Levitating by Dua Lipa. So we'll do a dictation of that and we'll do a performance of it at the end of the class. First thing I'd like you to do is to write a B natural minor scale, ascending only. Okay, let's take our answers now. Let's see. Alice, can you give me the natural minor scale with the key signature, B minor?
So, key signature is F sharp and C sharp.
Good.
And then it's B, C sharp, D, E, F sharp, G, A, B.
Nice. All right. So there's our natural minor scale. Notice again, no leading tone here. These are all the pitches from the key signature of two sharps, which B minor shares with B major. If we sing this scale going up, it's going to be a little awkward compared to some of the other minor scales we've been singing. Going down, it's much more natural to do so, but let's try the natural minor scale ascending and descending. So we're going to sing te and lay in this scale exclusively. Here we go. Do, re, mi, fa, sol, re, te, do. And down. Do, te, re, sol, fa, mi, re, do. Very good. Okay, so one of the things that comes from using the natural minor scale exclusively in a song is that you get this T-Do relationship that we normally focus on becomes Te-Do, which is a major second. So let's just try singing phrases that end with Te-Do as the major second. So it's not the leading tone, it's actually called the subtonic. So it's going to sound like this. Do, me, re, do, te, do. Sounds actually kind of modal. It's really cool. Let's try it. Do, me, re, do, te, do. Let's try another one. Do, re, mi, fa, sol. Follow me. Do, re, mi, fa, sol. Fa, mi, re, do, te, do. Sol, fa, mi, re, do, te, do. Good. So that is the sort of cadence gesture that we have is do, te, do. It's a major second, not a minor second. And then the other thing that happens is you can make a triad on the 5, but the triad with te is actually a minor 5. So that's going to take some practicing to get used to. Let's sing a tonic triad in B minor. Arpeggios, let's go all the way up to the top octave and back down. Do, me, sol, do, sol, me, do. Good. Now can you sing the 5th on sol? Oh, there it is. Let's match Alice. Again? Yes. Alright, now, can we sing a minor 3rd above sol? There it is. Let's try it. Back to sol. Yeah, that's the minor 3rd. So, sol, te, sol. Again. Sol, te, sol. Now let's try singing sol, te, re, te, sol. Sol, te, re, te, sol. Now sing do. Yes, yes. It's already sounding like a cool song and not necessarily classical music with the T-Do and everything, okay? Alright, so those are the two things that come out of the natural minor scale. We can sing the scale up and down using lay and te. Te-Do is the sort of cadence melody, and the 5 chord is minor. Alright, so what I'd like to do now is listen to Dua Lipa, Levitating. And there's going to be 3 parts. We'll listen to a verse, the pre-chorus, and the chorus. Okay, and this is what the whole thing is going to sound like, so just to get a sense of where we're going. This is the verse. Pre-chorus. Chorus. Alright, that's it. It's the first time of that cycle through the verse, pre-chorus, and chorus. So we'll do each of those sections individually. We'll listen 3 times, and I want you to transcribe what you hear, and then we'll put it up on the board as notation. Just one question I have before we start. It's going to be, obviously, the topic for today is natural minor, so we're in B minor, okay? We're going to use the natural minor scale throughout this, so watch out for some of those features that I was telling you about. And one more question I have is, did anybody catch what the meter was? 4/4, yeah, okay. So we'll set up our pages like that. So we'll use this as our reference. And then we'll start with the verse. Same key signature, and we are in 4/4. One more thing before we start. I'm going to actually use tonic triad pitches as structural notes for our melodies. And to do so, I will just color in any non-triad note head. And so what I mean by structural pitches is typically melodies will begin on one of these tonic triad pitches, and then the rest of the song will essentially be a journey down stepwise scalar by step to reach the tonic by the end. Okay, so typically these melodies will start maybe on the bottom do, maybe start from May, maybe start from Sol, or even the upper do. And our job is going to be to sort of identify where that begins, and that will help us then realize what's happening melodically in the song. All right. I'll play the verse now 3 times. I'll give you some time to write down the answer in between. Okay, here we go. Time number 1. By the way, just the vocal melody. Here's a second time for the verse. Okay, third time. Does anybody think they have an answer? Let me start putting it up on the board. Okay, Violet, let's go.
Okay, so it starts on so, which is F sharp,
Good job.
and it's 4/16 note.
Oh, okay, yeah, I almost gave it away there. Okay, 4/16 notes on F sharp sol.
And then 4 more 16th notes going down to E.
Yeah.
And then 4 more going down to the D. And then again on the C sharp. And then bar line. And then on the B, 4/16 note.
Good.
And then 8th notes on the B, B, A, B.
Okay, so there's actually your do, te, do, right?
Mm-hmm. And then,
See, this is an eighth note?
yeah,
Okay.
and then an 8th rest and a quarter rest.
Okay, that works. You could also have put a quarter note there and a quarter rest, that would have been correct, but this is also good. So, remember what I said about one of the tonic triad pitches being one of the starting points for the melody? And you can see that sol is the one for this one, right? Where the melody begins on sol. It's going to be centered around there. And it actually does go all the way down to do. Okay, what's next?
Well, that repeats.
Okay, that repeats. Good, we'll do that.
And then, the next part of the verse starts on the B. And there's
Okay.
4/16 notes.
Here, yeah, okay. 4/16 notes on the B, which is do.
And then goes a quarter note on the C sharp, 4/16 on the D, and a quarter note on the E.
Bar line.
Yeah, and then 4/16 on the F sharp.
I'll just have to go here. Okay.
And then quarter notes on the F sharp up to, I think up to the G, but I could be wrong.
Okay, and quarter notes also probably not going to work.
I meant 8th notes.
Eighth notes, yes. Okay, anybody have a different answer besides G? Because I don't think it's G. Okay, Alice.
I think it's such a bit A.
This actually, yeah, this is what I was talking about too with the minor 5 triad. This is a minor 5 triad skip actually. It's sol, te, right? Sol, 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 te, and then back to sol. And we have a similar rest situation going on here. Okay, then what?
And then the beginning part.
Beginning part again, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right, I think we got it. Perfect. And what's nice also about using some popular melodies is that there's a lot of repetition. So, and then also once you hear it one time, you can sort of remember how it sounds. So it helps. But let's see if that's. I think it's correct. But let's start on sol and let's sing it just to double check. 1, 2, 3, 4. So, 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 fa, 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 me, 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 do, 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 te, do. Yes. Again. So, 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 fa, 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 me, 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 do, 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 te, do. Do, 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 re, me, 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 fa, so, 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 te, so. Yeah, minor third. So, 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 fa, 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 me, 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 do, 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 te, do. Perfect. All right, we got the verse down. All right, let's get on to the pre-chorus. All right, so same thing. We're going to listen 3 times. I want you to write down your answer. Just that. Okay, second time. Okay, one more time for the pre-chorus. Sorry, I went ahead. Okay, can anybody tell me what they got as an answer? Okay, Timothy.
So for me, I have an 8th breath and then 16th breath. Or dotted 16th breath, if you said like.
Oh, okay.
A 16th note at F sharp. And then 2 8th notes for E and D.
Yeah, good.
Dotted 8th breath. A 16th note at F sharp. And 4 16th notes for E, E, D, A.
Like this?
2 E's and then a D and A. Oh, there might be E, B, A.
Yeah, that is not going to work. It wasn't a steep drop like that. I think it was more like, well, does anybody else have a suggestion? Okay, Alice.
I had F sharp, 16th notes, E, D, B, A.
Okay, that's what I thought I heard Timothy say before and I wrote it down, but this is actually the line. And notice that it skips over Ray here. That was a really good catch here. We have a minor third sort of skip. And it almost sounds like a step, doesn't it? Sol, fa, me, do, te. 1, 2, 3, 4. Measure line right there. Timothy, keep going.
Okay. Another dotted 8th breath. F sharp 16th note. 2 16th notes for E, and then C, I believe. And then an 8th note for B.
2 16th notes for E,
Yeah, and then an 8th note for B.
an 8th note for B. Da, da, da. No.
E, D, B.
E, D, B. Yeah, that's right.
And then the next part to repeat the 3rd and 4th beat of the first measure.
Good. Sol, fa, me, do, te. Keep going.
And there repeat the first and second beat of the second measure.
Da, 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 da. Yeah, it's all really nice minor scales.
And then repeat the 3rd and 4th beats of the first measure.
Yes?
And then it goes from B to high B. B
Oh, good job. You got the octave there?
Yeah. That goes down to A, or sorry, they're all 8th notes from B to B, and then A to G are also 8th notes.
Good. I'll just put a little more on here just to indicate it's a different section. I think that is correct. And you can see that we've got a lot of the minor scale going on here. It's like jumping over re, which is an interesting feature. And then this ending here is the perfect descending natural minor scale from do down to sol. Let's just double check that that is correct. That's sol, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. Sol, fa, me, do, te. Sol, fa, me, do. Yeah, sol, fa, me, do, te. Sol, fa, me, do. Sol, fa, me, do, te, do, te, le, sol. We got it, yes. All right, we're ready for the last part, which is the chorus. Let's go ahead and do that. Three times, and then we'll put the answer up. All right, time number 2. All right, time number 3. Okay, let's see if we can get our answer here. I'm going to start now. I'll just make this a treble clef. Okay, this is the chorus. Oh, okay, Alice.
Okay. So it kind of starts with like a pickup situation.
All right.
I don't know where to put that, but it starts with like I think it's a 16th note and then an 8th note both on D.
On D. All right. So I think the 4 is a rest, but then the 16th note and 8th note. Yeah.
And then I don't know if it's, I said it was a half note. I think it might not be a total half note, but
Here, I think a quarter of rest would work better.
Quarter rest.
Da-da-da. You get the sound of the rest on it, right? Otherwise, it'd be da-da-da,
Yeah.
right? So let's do it.
Quarter note on F sharp.
Good.
Then a quarter rest.
Yeah.
And then it's like the rhythm is like a dotted 8/16.
Yeah. Sorry, what pitch are we on?
On E.
On E. Good. Get ahead of myself sometimes.
And then another quarter rest. And then okay, the next measure is the same dotted quarter 16. No, dotted 8. Sorry.
Yeah.
Dotted 8/16 rhythm on E. Another quarter rest. And then another dotted 8/16 on E.
Okay.
And then I think it's like a 16th rest, maybe, and then the same like pickup thing from earlier.
Yeah. I think it's the same thing on the same note, D, right?
Yeah, on D. And then the first measure is the same. So the next measure is the same as the first measure.
Okay.
So the F sharp and then the 8/16. And then the next measure, the rhythm, I'm sure there's like a way of doing it. But I think it's 16, so the notes are E, 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 D, B. And I think the rhythm is 16, 8, 8, 16, 8, maybe.
Oh, this is a great, okay. Yeah, you got the rhythms exactly right. It's just that we would beam it
Yeah,
in a different way because we want to reflect the beat unit.
yeah.
So this is great. So da 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 you described there was actually a syncopated
Okay,
pattern.
yes.
And then, because you said that this was an eighth note, it's the value of an eighth note, yes, but I would tie it.
Tie it like a 2/16.
To 2/16, yeah. Okay, that's good. That's what I meant. That's a hard rhythm there.
Yeah.
Da, 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 da.
Oh, and then the other half of that measure is the same.
Oh, look, yeah, we have another. We can even call this a little motive here, right? So
Yeah.
returning idea.
So
fa me,
it's all 16 notes.
sol fa me, do te. Yeah. And then this pretty much repeats, right?
Yeah.
The chorus happens twice. So this is it. I would say for the song and the whole process I was describing of Indian and Do, by the end of the chorus, when we get to this fa 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 me do, I would say that's where the song ends. And then this is a little tag on the end. Sol fa me do te. It ends on te. It doesn't really make sense to end something on te, right? So I think this is just a little tag off on the end. But I would say that the process of the melody completing is here on this do. All right, so let's go ahead and sing the whole thing. We've got this whole melody written out. And you can see it's using the natural minor scale exclusively. No accidentals whatsoever. And lots of great rhythm exercise with 16th notes. Alright, so there's our tonic chord. Let's get into this with conducting. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, nice. All right, you guys, that was our class. Great job. We learned about the natural minor scale and we saw how it can be applied in your real piece of music. I will see you next time.